Let me know once you see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So today's agenda is, let's see, we'll discuss about what is SAP and why it is useful. You both know well, right? Because one, you're an PP as a consultant and one as an end user. You know, the modules in SAP, what topics we discuss in SAP PP and QM, and the high level overview of the course content. We'll just discuss today how it goes. Okay. So, as you know, that SAP is called System Applications and Products. So this is an ERP tool where many organizations use this, right? So SAP is one of the best tool in the market for any organization. Why we use SAP? Okay, so if you see, let's take an example of an organization. Okay, so we in the organization they might have different departments: sales department, procurement department, right? So or plant maintenance, HR, there will be multiple departments. So let's say I'm a person who works in the sales department. I want to see how many products are available. I got an order for one of the product. I want to see what is the total stock. What I'll do, I'll just make a phone call. Okay. If there is no SAP, I'll just make a phone call to the production team. And I'll inquire about product A, how much quantity is available, product B, how much quantity is available, and what is the status of product C. So there are many things we need to, follow up, make phone calls or emails, right? So SAP, we can sit in one place and see how many products are available, how many machines are, under breakdown, how many human resource like people are available, what shifts, work centers are available. So what's the delivery status? What's the overall financial status? Finance people are more interested in what is the profit and what is the loss. Production people are more interested in seeing what is the total production orders, what are the orders that are currently undergoing, on the machines, what will be the output for today. Quality people are more interested to see if there are any defects, what are the production orders that are manufactured, what are the, you know goods movement. If there is any damage, they'll raise some defects. So I can sit at one place, just open SAP, see how other things are going, right? Because we will definitely, if there is no SAP, I'm a salesperson, I know what is my sales data, but to generate a report, it is very difficult. SAP gives you all the transactional data, which means your postings, okay? And it will give you reports where you can see, you have SAP Fieri, which is the latest addition to S/4HANA, where, you can see all the graphs, like, today, what is the status? Tomorrow, if you want to see past 1 year data, how the production increases or how the quality trend is, if there is number of defects are increased or number of defects are decreased. So there are a wide number of, things to learn, which actually helps business with SAP. Okay. So you already know, usage of SAP, how SAP, PP and QM, you might know the difference, in different modules, right? Why? So how, I mean, I know, Aswati, you are a consultant now. So do you did you get a chance to interact with other modules, how the integration goes?
Yes. Cross module, I have knowledge.
Okay.
PM, plant maintenance, warehouse management, and MM.
That's great.
QM also I've worked, but I don't remember really exactly clearly now.
Okay, Okay.
And one more thing, Kiran, the SAP full form, isn't it systems, application, and products for data processing? That is also there, right? Or is
Yes,
it just
yes, yes,
okay?
yes. But
Okay.
usually, yeah, in data processing, right? So usually, many people call SAP as SAP, but as you know, that's the first thing as a trainer we mention that call as SAP. So as you both know SAP, no problem. So yeah. Okay. So different modules. We have finance and controlling. We have material management, production planning, quality management, plant maintenance, HR, sales and distribution, project systems, ABAP. There are many more. But usually we will come across as a PP and QM consultants. Right now, if you see market, if you are going for an interview, people will first ask whether both PP and QM. Okay. They'll not ask, are you a PP consultant or a QM consultant? Do you know both? Right. So now market is like that. You need to know both the modules, PP and QM, and it will be always good to have a knowledge on plant maintenance as well. Okay. So yeah, these are the modules usually we call, FICO, finance, FICO, material management as MM, production planning as PP, quality management as QM, next PM, next HCM, next sales and distribution, SD, we call this as SD, project systems we call it as PS, the technical, this is ABAP, right? So these are the different modules, and we concentrate in this training on PP and QM. Okay, so very well that SAP PP is production planning. So this is used when we have a manufacturing setup in the plant. Okay, so SAP will be used in many industries, right? But our, PP and QM consultants role will be there when there is a manufacturing, uh, you know, takes place in the plant. Now, let's say if there is a trading plant, okay. So let's say you're in an organization, you'll hear that okay, we are getting a project. Okay. So what is the business? They say it's just a trading business. They buy goods, they sell goods. There is no question of production, right? So we don't have any um, role in that project. So there will be no production role. There will be no plant maintenance role. If they have a QM, like when they receive the goods, they want to have a quality check. Then we have a QM role, not a PP role. So based on the project, based on the organization, whether it is a manufacturing unit or a trading unit, a, a module will be decided, right? If there is no production, there is no question they'll have a PP module, right? Now SAP PP can be implemented. It is categorized under three different manufacturing types. One is discrete manufacturing, one is a process manufacturing, one is a repetitive manufacturing. So these three are the base. Okay. Whenever you get a project, you need to understand which which the organization fits into which industry type. Is it a discrete? Is it a process? Is it a repetitive? So you might know, but let me explain that. Okay. So what is a discrete manufacturing? Discrete manufacturing is nothing but all your assemblies. Okay. Let's take a TV manufacturer. Okay. A Samsung TV. So they will assemble the product. If there is an issue, they can dismantle and they can, you know, again assemble. A phone manufacturer, automobile manufacturing. So these are all assemblies. What is a process manufacturing? process manufacturing is nothing but, you know, pharmaceutical, paint, anything that is processed, okay, food, these comes under process manufacturing. What is repetitive? So repetitive means automobile can be either a discrete manufacturing or a repetitive manufacturing. Okay. So if you are producing anything in a bulk, okay, let's take some of the automobile, depends upon, we will discuss later, but we can have an automobile organization, either a discrete manufacturing or a repetitive manufacturing. Now, let's say we have a Hero Honda company. Now it's only Hero Motor Corp. So Hero Motor Corp is an automobile assembly, but they use repetitive manufacturing because their model is fixed. They produce a 20,000 lot at once. So they don't use a discrete manufacturing model. They use a repetitive manufacturing because they are producing 20,000 similar product, no change. They're going to, when they start the production, they will end with same 20,000 products. So in this, if the production is a similar, you're producing a similar product continuously, it is called a repetitive manufacturing. So you will learn discrete, process, and repetitive in this PP session. Okay. So what we need in SAP PP. So three important things. One is master data, one is transactional data, and one is reports. So this is about PP. Okay. Production planning is a very vast subject. We have integrations with because to produce, we need a raw material. So we'll have an integration with the materials team. Once we finish the product, that needs to be delivered. We'll have an integration with the SD. When the products are, we manufacture the products on machines, so that requires a plant maintenance. There will be a quality check. Once everything is done, we need to have this postings, and see the cost of the goods manufactured. So we'll be having an integration with finance and controlling. Okay. Sometimes human resource, because we can assign people to the machines. So this PP is a, very important and a very vast subject to learn, and very interesting and challenging, I would say. Okay. So I will go to SAP screen as well, after completing this. So quality management is a very key part. Okay. This is integrated with all the modules, all the modules in the sense where there is a quality check needed, like production, sales, procurement, or material management, in the sense when we transfer a material from one place to another place internally, if there are any damages. So quality team would need to check, right? So this QM is very, it looks easy, but it's not so easy. Okay. Very challenging, very important module. So QM is integrated, with material management, production planning, sales and distribution, everything, right? So let me show you the SAP ones.
Kiran, I had one question.
Yes.
This QM and material movement, is it similar to transportation management, SAP transportation management?
No.
No.
So material movement, in the sense, let's say procurement. Okay. Yeah. So QM in procurement. What is QM in procurement? What is QM in material movement? What is the difference? Now, procurement is nothing but you're procuring some material from a vendor. Okay. So let's take an example of a car manufacturer. Okay. So every car manufacturer will procure some raw materials, right? Let's say they procure a glass from a vendor, outside vendor. So when they receive the components, they will inspect each and every glass. Okay. Let's say windshield. Okay. So each and every windshield, they'll, check, which means that is QM in procurement. So what is material movement? So once the QM check is done after the procurement, now they have placed that in a particular location. Now they want to transfer that from one location to other location, either it is within the plant or to some other plant in some other city. Now there is a damage. Vendor is not responsible for that, right? Because he has placed the component at the location which the organization has informed. His part is done. Now there is an internal movement. There is a damage. So this QM in procurement is related to a vendor. QM in material movement is related to the organization, okay, or the plant, right? It is nothing but the transfer posting. If you are well versed with the movement types in Migo, okay,
Yeah.
MIGO transaction. So you'll have transfer posting. You'll have if you are moving the stock from one location,
STOs and yeah.
right, right. So that is nothing but material movement, which is internally part of the organization.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Yeah. So one question: are you working on ECC system or S4?
HANA. S4 HANA.
S4, great. And okay, and which version?
I've worked in public cloud also and 2023, 2020, 2020 also. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You work for public cloud. That's great. Okay. Yeah. So let me go to SAP. Oh, sorry. And yourself, Karthik, which system are you working on?
It's for HANA public cloud.
Okay.
But Kiran, here we'll be having on-premise one only, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, okay. Because I want more exposure to that, because public cloud there is no transaction code or tables. We don't really need to know that also. So that's
Right.
why it feels very incomplete.
Right. So
Yeah.
in public cloud, you cannot do, it's just restricted.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, what happened, no, Kiran, we have in public cloud a limited transaction. Just you are talking about the material movement, Migo transaction, the quality checks, and some other transaction there which are generally accessible to us. Not so much
Okay.
transactions we are accessible.
No,
Right.
as consulting, we do have access to all the apps. It's like theory based. But the problem is we don't use transaction codes or the table we cannot access. So it's like incomplete. For everything, we have to go and contact SAP.
Right. 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 So there are many challenges. SAP is coming up with, in each version, it is updating some of the features. So yeah, and for learning purpose, first we need to learn SAP, HANA. Then we need to go to public cloud. So without that, it will be just like a nightmare if you directly work in public cloud. Okay, so okay, so just look and feel and you know how the SAP but let me just tell you how the SAP system looks. If you have a new connection, how to add a new connection, because we will be going to give you a training system where you can practice. So okay, once you open the SAP login, this is the screen, and most of the organizations, you don't need to do anything. It will be set up by the organization itself. But yeah, we need to know this. Okay, so if you are, let's say you got a project and the basis team has set up the system and they'll give you some details. Then they'll request you to add that to your SAP login pad. So how to do it? Here we have a new option. Okay, you need to click on the new option and connection. Automatically user specified system will be selected. You need to go next. So here they'll be giving you the description, application server, everything they'll give you. So once done, you need to click on finish. Your systems will be displayed here. So this is the
Yeah,
current system.
actually, those things are called credentials, right? Like the information which is provided for
Okay.
a new connection.
So that those are called system connection parameters.
Parameters. Oh, okay.
Okay. So once you set up this, then you will have double click, you'll get your user ID and password. So these are user credentials. Those are system credentials, are system properties. Multiple people call multiple way. Right. So once you log in, you will have, each user will have their own user ID and password. So this client is very important. We will discuss this once we, uh, discuss about some of the other topics in PP. Then we'll come to the importance of the client. So yeah, let's go and log in. Yeah. So this is my user ID. Let me. Yeah, just give me a second. Let me find out the password. Okay. So now this is the home screen. Okay. Let's, okay, you are already well aware of the screens and all. So coming to ECC and S4 HANA, you will see there are difference in both the systems. So ECC is an old version of SAP, which will be obsolete in the coming years. S4 HANA is the latest, and as they have SAP Fiori and public cloud, so they're, you know advancing in this particular thing. But yeah, we need to first learn SAP on HANA. Okay, because anyway, HANA is the advanced one and ECC is the older version and will be obsolete in the coming future. So let's, I'll quickly just let explain what are the different options here. So this is the place where we enter the transactional code to go into different topics, like let's say a production order, a sales order, controlling or configuration. So this is the place of transaction. So I don't know which uh, theme you're using currently. Okay, so these are different themes. Okay, do not get confused if you are using other theme. Okay, so this is SAP signature theme. Okay. So which theme are you using in your current organization? Do you know this setting?
I think we can change it. It's up to you, right? Like
Correct, correct.
development
That's one.
environment, it's up to you.
Correct. Which theme? I mean,
Classic one, and this signature both I have used.
okay, okay. So fine. So do not get confused on this. You can have your own themes. Okay. Everything is same even there. Fine. So let's discuss. What is this transaction? So any any MM01, anything you want to go to create you want to create a material, you need to type the transaction. So each function has each transaction. So MM01 is to create a material. If you want to change, okay, then you need to go to MM02, create a production order, CO01. So this is the transactional, just like an ID or a number to go to the screen. Okay. So this is the transactional that we need to enter. So what is the transaction? So why do we need to enter a transaction? So in SAP, we have different things called configuration, master data, reports, accessing the tables. So there are many things. So if you want to navigate to that screen, you need to either enter the transaction code here or, okay, let's change something. So, or you have a navigation path. You can, see, this is SAP menu. If you forgot the transaction, because there are multiple transactions, many transactions. So if you forgot the transaction, you can navigate from here. From logistics, we have production. So here you can go to master data. You can go to production planning. So there are different options. We'll see what are all this in this upcoming training classes. Fine. So no need it's not that you need to remember all the transaction codes. Okay. So, but basic transaction codes for daily, as a consultant, every day you need to work on multiple things, either in PP or QM, either discrete, repetitive, process, or, reports. So those are basic things you need to remember, definitely. So yeah, usually in ECC or S/4HANA, your configuration remains the same. Okay. For process, discrete or repetitive, your configuration is same. You need to configure the system and test and give it to the business. So what is SAP? What you do? What is your role? Okay. So first question from here, I think if you have any questions, please, you can stop and we can discuss. So we just discussed till now what is SAP and what are the different modules, but what is your role? So your role is to understand the business, understand the production and the quality process, and configure the system. You need to make the system such a way that it will be user friendly and the production team, from the organization can easily use that. Okay. So what is your role? First, there will be a project phase. We will be discussing that later. So let's say you are working for XYZ organization and you got SAP project to be implemented for, let's say, a Maruti company, okay, Maruti car manufacturer. So you are the PP consultant. So your first step is to know what is the business scenario. right? So you need to understand what is the business, what they are doing, what is the production that they are, you know, um, that they are doing, right? So in this analysis, you need to understand and decide which industry type it is. Is it a discrete one? Is it a process, or is it a repetitive? You need to understand, and you will be having multiple discussions with the business for the, you know, yeah, you call it as business blueprint. We have multiple things. Once we proceed further, we will discuss. So we will discuss, we will document that, and we will start preparing the system. So that is called the configuration, right? What is a master data? So master data is nothing but, let's say, to manufacture a Maruti car, you need some parts, right? So those are called master data. Master data, a material master is a master data, a vendor is a master data, bill of material is a master data. So there are certain master data where, production team has its own master data, material management team has to create their own master data. So once you prepare the system, you need to create some master data. They'll help you because you don't know what parts require, right? So you'll have a discussion, you will talk to them, you will get some details, you'll get the data from them, then you will upload that to the system. So that is the master data. And transactional data is in the production system. You will not have any authorization to do anything. You cannot create an order, in production system I'm talking about. So it is only a business activity. You can only do whatever testing you want in the test system. So we need to very thorough about all these things. Okay. So in some organizations, you don't get a chance to work on implementation projects. You will be placed as a consultant, but your role will be specified that you need to work only on the, discussions with the business document. Or in some organizations, they'll include you, or your role is confined only to the consultant level. So there are multiple things, multiple positions, multiple roles and responsibilities, even for a consultant. Okay. So first, we will have, let me open an Excel sheet. We'll keep this Excel. Um,
Actually, the role also depends on the type of project. It can be an implementation project or a
right.
rollout project or a production support sort of a setup or
Right.
upgrade. Currently, upgrades are also there, are migration projects. So
Correct.
it all depends on that.
It all depends on different organizations, right? One organization, you will be, there from right start to end, and then also support. You know, if you are in the project, it's all depends on the type, the how big the project is. If it is massive project, then you'll only be specified to one part. It's all, depends on the project. You depend on the size of the project. If it is very small, you'll only be one working from start to end. If it is massive, then you'll definitely have
Multiple people.
multiple PP consultants working in one project. One will do the configuration, one will do the master data, one will take care of the, documentation, one will take care of the unit testing, one will take care, so there are different roles. So
Yeah.
exactly coming to, the systems, we have multiple systems. Okay. So as I told you, let me just open, just give me a minute. Let me create one folder for you. Okay. So we will use this basically Let me share my screen back. Okay. Hope you're seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So SAP PP QM. Okay. So what we do? Okay, we will have a life cycle of a project. Okay, right from start to end. What different projects we have? Okay, we have implementing. Okay, implementation. We have a rollout. We have support. So, what is an implementation project? So, implementation project is nothing but there is an organization where they are not using an SAP, and you have to give them a SAP system, configure the system, test it, and give it to them. They'll use it. So that is called an implementation project. So in this implementation project, either, you will have, if there are many ERP tools, okay, it's not in the market. There is only SAP. We have Oracle. We have multiple, uh,
ERP.
yeah, ERP tools. So one can migrate from SAP to Oracle, or one from Oracle to SAP. So those are called legacy systems. Whatever they use, those are legacy systems. Some projects you need to, you know, um, understand what is the business, then you need to do the implementation. You have a
Yeah.
rollout.
Here one the question, like in
Yes.
implementation we have two types, which I remember, like brown and green,
Green,
something like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah. So
Greenfield and brownfield,
what
yes.
is that then?
Yes. So yeah, we'll come to that. So greenfield is nothing but a complete, new implementation. Where you don't have any link with any of the legacy.
They don't use any digitization, you can say
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have green field, we have brown field, we have blue field. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so green field is nothing but just complete clean slate. You don't have anything. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So as I said, you right, there are many different. Yeah. So brownfield, you're already in SAP, and some of old version, and you are going to upgrade it. Okay. So there are different things. Yeah. So those are called um, implementation projects. Rollouts. Now let's say there is a plant in Mumbai. Okay. Or anywhere. So let's take a plant in Mumbai, and they want to have one more plant created, which is in Chennai. Okay. So we will just copy and paste. We copy the configuration, we use the same template, we create a new plant, we'll, copy the configuration and test and give the system to the client. So rollout is nothing but one template and creating it to the other plants. So that is the rollout. What is the support? So once you're done with an implementation, the business are going to start the business is going to start using the SAP system. They'll get many questions, right? See, at the time of listening or doing some initial testings, there might not be all issues addressed. There will be definitely a lot of issues the business will face, and as a consultant, when we are in support project, we need to help them. We need to help them to carry out the transaction successfully. So we are not going to do anything. We will not have any discussions on business blueprint or anything. We just support them to carry out their business transactions. So those are support projects. So we have 3 different project types, and if you are placed in an implementation project, so you will configure the system as per the business needs. If you're in a railroad project, you need to study the system, how the system is, prepare a template, and extend it to the new plant. If you're in a support project, you will help the business to carry out the transactions whenever they need the support, right? So what are the different phases in the SAP project? Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Kiran. I just want to join my boss call. I will join tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it is very immediate. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, which project are you working? Is it
The current client, it's a process industry. So I am new to that also. I have been working with discrete industry only. The repetitive also very few experience I have. Mostly it was discrete only.
Okay.
Now it is process industry. So I don't know much about it because master recipe, etc. is there. So it's
Right.
quite different from routing. So if you could give some insights about process industry, it would be helpful.
Yes, definitely. So
Okay.
nothing to worry. It's it's the same, except there are some transactional difference, but end to end, what you'll do is create an order, do the goods issue, confirmations, goods receipt.
No, master recipe is actually very complex, right? Like it has sub operations and many
Yes,
things. I don't
yes.
remember, but yeah, I need to brush up that also. Actually, the project is going to start from next month, but we have asked to upskill to transportation management because this nowadays, if you see the trend, production company, this manufacturing companies, what they do is they use MES, right?
Right.
So MES does the manufacturing part. We just need to track it in SAP, and
Right.
our job is actually getting shrinked basically. So that's why the project is asking me to upskill to transportation management also, so that they have, and this is a production support project basically. So many tickets related to transportation management will be there, but you should have the core knowledge about PP, QM, PM, WM, etc. to excel in that also. So that's why they have asked us to upskill ourselves.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, great. Good.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it will be always good to have multiple, uh, skills. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just discuss about the implementation projects. Okay. So what you do in an implementation project, as I told you, you need to discuss with the business and get ready. I mean, get the system ready, right? So let me show you one thing. Yeah. Okay. So this is the client, right? So this plays a major role in an implementation project, or so any project will have a system landscape. Okay. So first we need to know what is the system landscape. Okay. So what is this? I'll just first write it down. Development, quality, and
Production.
production. Okay. So these are called, environments or box or systems. So someone will say, okay, create something in the development environment. Or someone will say, okay, create test data in development box. Or someone will say, create something in development system. So development quality, and production. Always production will only be one system or one client. So here we see the client number, right? So we'll only have always one number. It can be anything, ABC 100. Usually it will be a number, 100, anything. So
Organization specific.
or yes, it depends on organization. So this is in development, we will have two systems. One is
Client will be different.
yes, configuration or golden client. And next is testing client. Okay. So it will be, the clients will be created, with some number. If this is 100, 101, 201, 301, something like that. Okay. So this is 001, this is 101, 201, anything, they can keep it anything. That's not a big deal. Yeah. So configuration or golden client is the place where we, do the configuration.
Yeah.
And only configuration. Okay. So as I told you, we have three set of data. Okay.
Correct.
One is the config or configuration usually, and next is master data, and then the transactional data. So do remember that in the configuration or golden client, whatever you call, we only need to do the configuration. You should not create any master data or any transactional data in the configuration system. It's purely for the configuration. I'll tell you in the coming classes what we do, the configuration. This is the base to create the system. Like if you make any mistake here, then the project is done. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is very important. Configuration steps are very important. Okay. So once you do the configuration, you need to transfer this from this client
to this client
to testing client within the development system. Okay. So why do you need to transfer here? So you did a configuration, you need to see whether this is working fine or not, right? So once you move the transport, you move this changes from the golden client or configuration client to testing client, your changes need to be tested by yourself, right? Which is called unit test.
Unit testing.
Right? So unit test is nothing but the testing done by us as in the sense consultants to test, the configurations which we have done. So now once you're good with unit testing, you need to document that, and you need to transfer your configurations from here to here. Now quality system again, something like this. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So you move the transports from here. All the changes, whatever the configuration you do, when we need to save that in a transport. Okay. So what is a transport? So transport is nothing but it is just a medium to carry your changes from one system to other system. Okay. So you're doing some configuration, all the changes will be stored under one number, which is called a transport number. And
transport and charm are same or what? Like charm also. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you. So transport, so your changes will be saved under a transport request. Okay. So charm is the tool, okay, to transfer the TRs from one client to other client. Even without charm, we can do it, but there is a process. Companies will use, different tools. But even without charm, we can move the transports. If charm is activated, then that will be a charm process. Okay.
Charm is a tool actually.
Yes,
same.
yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we need, it's an add-on. It's not a standard SAP.
It's not a mandatory. Okay,
Right.
okay.
It's not mandatory for all the clients. Okay, if there is a small business, where they want only SAP, so they don't need a charm process to move the transports. They'll simply request the basis team. Uh, I mean, we will request the basis team to
Yeah.
move the transport. So once your unit testing is done, now you are good to go ahead to move your configurations to here. So in this client, let's say this is 001.
Okay.
And this is and this is 002. So in this client, your configuration transactions will be enabled. But the your configuration transaction codes will be enabled. Here, your configuration transactions will be disabled. You cannot do any transactions here. You can only do configurations here.
Yeah.
Even in the quality system, when you transport the configurations to quality system, your only
Configuration won't be
your configurations related transactions will be disabled. Here
disabled.
you only need to create only master data and
Transaction data.
transactional data. Even here the same. Okay, here in the testing client, it's only master data and transaction data.
Transaction data.
So now again, you do one round of testing because you don't know. Sometimes there will be an issue transporting the TRs to quality. So you do one round of testing and you will inform the business that, okay, go ahead and test the system.
UAT.
That is called user acceptance testing. UT is called unit test. This is called user acceptance testing. Okay. Now they will test the system, and once they sign off, all the transports will be copied to the production system. Okay, again a TR moment, and you create or upload master data, or business will carry out. If there are thousands and thousands of master data to be created, then they will ask a consultant help to create the master data, or they'll create it on their own. So your role here is master data creation only.
Okay.
So do remember, you should not post anything, any transactional data. It's
that
only
is not
master data.
Yeah.
So this is the landscape we call. Sometimes what happens, there will be some clients where they say, okay, I want a pre-production system, which is nothing but this is also a quality system.
Quality
but
only.
Every
the
time,
exact copy of
yes,
production.
copy of production.
And sandbox is also there sometimes.
True. So sandbox is actually just like a test system.
POC.
So this sandbox is just a play area. This is not linked to any of this box or systems. You created you create some change here, you can move this to this, you can move this to this, you can move this to this, but you create some changes here, it will remain here because this sandbox will not have any connection to any system.
Correct.
It is just a play area. So it's not that every organization will follow the same. Okay, they might not have the sandbox, they might not have the pre-production, they might they might have multiple, here I said quality only one.
And sometimes each client will have multiple projects going on. So some environments would be applicable to some projects and some environments won't be applicable to the those other projects, like that also there.
Right. So it completely depends on the organization how they want to have their system landscape. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you'll be, as a consultant, you'll be informed by the project management. What is the system landscape? What are the do's and don'ts? You can, okay. So all in all, development, quality, production is standard. You'll see in all the systems, and configuration client, testing client, quality client, production are, your role is the same. You might have any landscape, but for this three landscape, your role is the same. It will not change. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the system landscape. So how do you, once you get an implementation project, okay, there will be different phases. You will not directly jump and do the configuration, right?
Yes.
You need to know what configuration you need to do. For that, you need to discuss with the business, right?
Correct.
So we'll have, okay, we are talking about the implementation project now. Okay. So we will see, we'll have multiple phases, or, stages of the project. So
Yeah.
everyone will not get a chance to do end-to-end implementation. Initially they'll start with a support project, multiple support projects, then, a shadow resource for a primary resource
Yeah.
in implementation project, and couple of implementation projects. Then you'll be given an implementation project. So
Correct.
to do an implementation project, you need to know certain things which are very, very important. Even if you're going for an interview, they'll first ask how many implementation projects you did. You
Correct.
do you do 100 support projects, but you say,
Hmm.
I don't have an implementation experience.
Hmm.
The chances of recruiting you will be very, very
It's
less.
more or less.
Unless until, you know, they need a consultant very badly,
Mhm.
then you will get placed. But you do 100 support projects, but doing a one implementation project will have a huge impact. You'll know what is implementation, what you do, okay, how that affects your current system. So implementation is a must. And now in the market, if you see, people are organizations are looking for at least more than two end-to-end implementations in S/4HANA. So market is getting tough day by day, as
Hmm.
well as the openings are very good for PP and QM. If you go
Yeah.
and see, any Naukri or any other, you know, place,
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not modifying your CV in
you'll get, yeah,
recent
you'll,
calls now, even now, like it's been 3 years I've changed the company, still I get calls.
yeah, there is a huge demand for PP and QM, especially. Uh, you know, uh, I'm seeing this for many years. There is no uh, point where there is no calls, or the
Hmm.
graph is going down in the recruitment for PP. No, it is always high. And now, you know market needs SAP PP and QM consultants more. You know,
Hmm.
so they are ready to pay you how much you demand.
Actually, but if you
Mhm.
check in any organization, number of PP people would be less only, like as compared to MM or SD or FICO.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
Number of people and projects are also like, say, if it's a sales dependent project, mostly it's sales dependent only. So if it is like that, then PP would be like one or two professionals, rest would be from SD, and MM also medium level it would be there. So I've seen like that. And sometimes design rollout projects, especially design, when we are designing or some sort of at the design phase itself, it happens that maybe PP is sidelined also. Like they don't want to affect the PP process, any change. They don't want to bring in any new changes to the PP process. So their design would be somehow as if the PP should not get changed, like that in case of
yeah,
rollout projects.
correct, correct.
So that, like, PP is important. It is there, but um from scratch or doing from scratch, that opportunity is very minimal nowadays.
True. So it as I said, it all depends on the project. If there is a PP role, we'll be involved. If there might be situations where there is a complex production process. There are some projects where the production process is really complex.
Yeah.
There are projects like where production planning is really simple. Okay. So it depends on the project. We
So
cannot.
I think you're talking about when it comes to complex, I think it is process industry only. It's very, and also one more thing which has happened is because of COVID. Okay. If suppose the client is in US, okay.
Mhm.
So initially we used to have on-site opportunities. We can go and visit the plant and come back. But now because of COVID, they hire somebody from US only to do that part, like assessing their systems, etc., their plant, etc. That is done by somebody in the US only. So for the offshore team, it is always like we are always either some knowledge transfer is to be given, or we are always not. There is an incomplete feeling there. It's not like proper consultant we have become, and we have gone to their sites, we have visited it. But before this, I was working in an Indian company, so we had Indian clients there. So it used to be fun. We could go to the plant, we could visit there, and it was an experience actually.
Yeah.
Now things
Yeah.
have changed.
Correct. So yeah, again, it's not that all the implementation projects are done on site. So most implementation projects are done from offshore. They have the cost, to save, right? Many organizations, if they place us in US, okay, so they need to give some per diems, so it's okay. Even the business will pay, but to save cost also there will be offshore and on-site model.
Yeah, and now you know what the problem is, that they're not even putting that on-site employee is not even a full employee. He's just a freelancer or a contract employee. Okay, so so it's very weird. Only the business and the offshore team is actual employees. Rest all are like freelance or third-party people. So
True. So it
yeah.
all depends, it all depends on the type of project. So some projects need, if you're implementing for a Europe project, or they'll request you to come to their place uh, during the cutover and go live. Some
UAT also
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. So it depends on the project. So one will have a complete offshore model to, if there are any budget constraint, you'll be sitting in your office in India or wherever you work from. So you'll implement from there. It's quite common. Yeah. So right. So rollouts and supports we will discuss. Once we complete this implementation phase, right?
Mhm.
So then we will discuss on the rollout on support. Support is nothing but just getting
Yeah, I
you.
mean, support actually, that is also two types, right? Hypercare is there, that is at least more system related, but support, production support purely, if we do that, then sometimes it's like repetitive errors would be happening, or repetitive defects might be coming. So no need to really know the system, like SAP also sometimes, like it would be some sort of manual thing which needs to be done, like that. It's very easy to be explained. That's why I think all freshers or whoever is new into the system, they can be in the support project.
Right. So hypercare is nothing but once you hand over the system to the business, that is called the go live. Okay. So from that day, business will be using the system. So usually hypercare will be
Oh, yeah.
for
Important
4 weeks.
part which we missed is like we have to train them also, implementation project. We
Oh,
have to train the
that is the phases in
users.
implementation. Right? So as I told you here, we'll be discussing on that. What are the different phases?
Okay, okay. Okay.
So once you complete everything you load everything, the master data, or they load whatever. Let's say the project will be go live on 1st of July. So from 1st of July, business will post the transactions in the production system. Okay.
Correct.
So usually, again, based on the size of the project, or, whatever the SOW they have signed, based on that, your hypercare duration will be defined. So let's say some will have 4 weeks of hypercare,
1 month.
some will have 8 weeks of hypercare. Hypercare is nothing but you get the tickets, you need to be very proactive on the timings. You need to look if business is having any issue posting the transactions, because that's the first time they post the transactions in
Doing it,
production system. So they'll get many issues.
doubts. Yeah.
So it's not that, okay, we tested everything, we are good with unit testing, user acceptance testing, and we are not expecting anything, from the production system. There might be chances, where you don't see any issue in hypercare. There are, some projects where you see many issues. Okay, so hypercare is
And
nothing
that's
but
why actually nowadays companies what they do is UAT, it would be like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, like that.
yes, it's all based on the complexity of
Yeah.
the project.
Project.
Yeah. So those how the phase, what are the timelines for each phase will be decided based on the complexity of project. If it is a really small project with only 100 products they are manufacturing, then you don't need to worry about different agile methodology, waterfall
Oh,
methodology.
okay. One thing I
Mhm.
wanted to understand, SIT is there, right? System integration testing.
Yes,
That is before UAT, right? Or
yes.
okay,
It will be
okay.
before UAT.
Mhm.
Yeah. So because here you did the unit test, and unit test you will do only your activities like production and quality activities.
Huh.
What about, you did the production,
Integration.
and
Huh.
uh, sales team could not pick the parts which you have manufactured to deliver. So you need to test the integration points.
Correct.
Okay. So you are doing some production, you need some raw materials. Uh,
Hmm.
you cannot get the raw materials because of so and so issue. So
Huh.
yeah, those issues will be tested during the SIT phase. So unit test here, SIT can be here or here, any place.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So hypercare is this, and once the hypercare is done, then they'll have a support contract. Okay. So
Sometimes it is done by some other company also, not
yes.
Resnet.
So if they
Yeah.
like the current implementing partner, or due to some budget constraint, they'll give the support to some other company. Now, let's say implementation and hypercare are done by XYZ company, and they did, with much high price, but their quality is,
Premium.
yeah, but their quality is very good. Okay. No, less chances of errors. So they'll get the base work done by, the XYZ company, and then they will look, okay, next, if this is good, then they expect very less tickets. Then they'll go
Support.
some other ABC company where they quote less for the support.
Correct.
Or sometimes if business didn't like the work done by the implementing partner, so implementing partners are us. Okay. Like example, TCS, Infosys, Capgemini, XYZ are implementing partners. Okay. So they do the one, let's say Infosys does the implementation, and TCS can do the support, or
Yeah.
any XYZ can do the support.
I had seen this client who implementation didn't go well. Okay, like the first they were doing it maybe greenfield implementation, but
Mhm.
that didn't go well. So then they hired my company to not only I mean, make it proper, the implementation part, but also they used us for the rollout also, and then support also, like
Yeah,
all three.
yeah. Yeah, so sometimes what happens, some organization implementing partners will do the implementation. So everything will go wrong. They'll scrap that. Okay, they'll scrap everything. These clients, they'll create new clients. They'll give. So it depends. It depends on different scenarios. But yeah, altogether, you know, this nobody. I'm just talking about in SAP we have gold partners, silver partners. So implementing partners will be ranked by SAP by the number of projects they do. So usually, because of cost constraint, the implementing partners will change.
Okay.
90%, 10%, yeah, because the business, if they don't like, they'll change the implementing partners. Yeah, so
Mm.
we'll discuss about the different phases of implementation, and then
Oh.
look into the system, how, you're well aware of how the system works, right? So,
Yeah, as I said, on premise, I did it when in my initial years, like on premise. Then 2 years I worked on public cloud. Then actually ECC also. I started with ECC, but that
mhm,
was like shadow projects. Like some senior would be there, and I would be just doing whatever he's asking me to.
right,
Then public cloud, I was the lead consultant. I could do it easily, but again, that incomplete feeling is there because I'm not using transaction codes, nor even the configuration side. Also, many of the configuration it's not allowed, or I'm unable to do it without the help of. I mean, I have to take the help of SAP for that.
right, right. So there are many challenges. It's not so
Because
you
ABAP is, I mean, the technical people are not, they also have a limited access and stuff. So
right,
that's why we have to contact the SAP people. It's not like entire enhancement can be done without SAP. Even
right,
for the, and they will have multiple upgrades also in a year, public cloud.
right,
The client I was serving, they had two upgrades every year.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a very new product, and uh, compared to HANA, compared to ECC, public cloud is very cheap to buy.
Yeah, but it's done by some startups, etc. only, not like prominent ones. Startups, they can use that public cloud.
Right. So if they don't have much configuration, everything, whatever SAP gives, if they are good to use that, they can go to public cloud. If you
Hmm.
want to tweak the current system, then public cloud is not uh, useful, not at all useful.
So this client which I'm having currently, it's a huge US based company. So process industry plus on premise. That's why I thought I'll go for a training, proper
No.
training.
Yeah, that's not a big deal we can do. So now, okay, let's go back to the Excel ones. So here in the implementation project, so we'll have different approaches. Okay.
This is okay approach.
Yeah.
Agile and waterfall.
Yeah. So here we call it as methodology. Okay.
Uh,
So we have um, SAP methodology. Okay.
okay. Sir.
So okay, SAP and activate methodology. So we have two methodologies.
Mm-hmm.
So SAP and activate. So what is SAP methodology and what is activate methodology? So SAP is nothing but accelerated SAP methodology. Okay. So let
Hmm.
this.
I know this, but I've only read this at the time of interviews. Like people ask that because when you're in project, you really don't.
Yeah, we really don't care. But you know, um, it is important to know the
Yeah.
methodology. Okay, so ECC, we use this SAP methodology in ECC. Okay,
Okay.
activate S/4HANA. Okay. So what is SAP methodology? So we have different phases. Okay. We have total 5 phases.
5 phase, yeah.
Okay. So what we do, that will be in phases. So first, okay, the first is kickoff. It's not included. Okay, which is nothing but just a starting date. Okay. Next, we have project prepare. First, we have project preparation. Okay. Next, we have business blueprint. In short, it is BPP.
BBP.
Next, we have realization. Next, we have final preparation. Next, we have
Go live.
go live. Okay. So these are the these are the 5 phases. What you do in phase 1, so project preparation, it's more done by the project management. We'll have, introduction, resource and timelines. Okay. Milestones, so all that, what are the project objectives, you'll have a details of all the information related to the project, like when we are starting, when we are ending, what are the
Dates, etc. are set.
yeah,
Yeah.
when
And how many, what all resources.
right, right.
Yeah.
So that is project preparation. Then you will have a business blueprint. So from here, you will have a full-fledged work to do. So in business blueprint, we first,
Requirement gathering.
yeah, we'll have one-on-one calls with the counterparts. So we are consultants, and they are core users. Okay, from business, they'll
Correct.
be identifying some core users. They'll be a medium for their business and SAP. So how it works usually. That we are IT. We are from implementing partners. Even the business will
We'll
have
also have IT team.
IT,
Yeah.
right? There'll be a PP consultant over there. He will, talk to the business heads. They'll be involved. Our point of contact will be the IT person from the business.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have a calls, as per the timeline. We'll have a discussion on first. We'll discuss, like, they will explain their business process, what they manufacture, how many finished products, how many resources, what they want, what they are looking for, what their current challenges, and what they want to see in the SAP. So we'll have a detailed discussion on the project. We'll make a
Correct.
note of everything. Okay, we'll not make a note of everything.
Gaps and fits and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So we will prepare a document called business blueprint, where we document everything. We will maintain how the as is and the to be. As is
To
not
be,
how it is. To be is nothing but what we are going to configure. So we will maintain all the data in the business blueprint, okay, and get it signed off from the business. So once the
Correct.
business blueprint BBP is signed off, then we will proceed. Everyone, not only one team, but all the VBPs, all the different modules, SD, PP, QM, MM, FI, everything needs to be signed off, and then we will move on to the realization phase.
Yes.
Realization phase is nothing but now, as a consultant, we are ready to configure the system.
Configure.
Okay, we will actually go and do something here in this phase. Until
Correct.
this phase, you don't
We're
need.
not checking,
It's all
touching the.
discussions documents,
Yeah.
right? So yeah. So once the realization is done, then you will you will all the other steps come.
Testing.
Yeah, everything, UT, SIT, everything comes. Okay. So yeah, so here final prep, you'll see, what
Whatever, I think.
cutover
Yeah.
activity, what discussions on the templates. So some people at the time of realization only they will start giving the templates to the business. Okay, some will strictly follow the timelines. They'll start in the final preparation, they'll discuss about the templates, they'll share the templates, they'll fill the data and give it to you, you need to load. So, or if there is no master data load, then there is no question of exchanging the templates. So why do we need a templates in this final preparation? So how do you upload a master data? So let's say there are 1,000 master data, so 1,000 bill of materials.
Hmm.
How do you do
Hmm.
it? You don't sit and
So
upload.
now we have some team called as MDG also, like
Right,
master data.
right, right.
Hmm.
So sometimes in some projects you will have master data team. Okay,
Hmm.
master data governance or master data team.
Tolerance. Hmm.
Right. In some
For
projects.
the
Mhm.
SMW, what is that? I have not used
LSMW,
it.
yes, yes, I'll tell
Uh,
you. So they, let's say Maruti, for example, a Maruti car has, let's say, 50 models, right?
hmm.
Each model, to assemble a car, you need 10,000 parts, for example. Okay, just an example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
in this 10,000, you have 40 semi-finished goods. First you need
Hmm.
to create a production order for this, and uh, you need to assign some components. Like, let's say if you are manufacturing a car, you need the door, tire, engine, etc., right? You don't
Hmm.
need uh, uh, you don't need a paint. I mean, you need a paint, but okay, you don't need a, let's take an
Like
example of.
individual semiconductor will have other
Right,
raw material
right,
or
right,
components.
right,
Bill of material, you're saying structure of bill of
right.
materials.
So let's say you don't need a fan. um, you
Uh,
you don't need uh, any different other than the parts, like you don't need uh, uh, let's say.
Actually, automobiles, it's too complex sometimes. They
Yes.
have something called as removable bomb, like that. Okay, so it's like high end. If it is a high end car, because I have worked in Toyota Motors also. So, I mean, worked for Toyota Motors. They were my clients. So, at that time, it was like if it's a high end car, then it would be it's discrete manufacturing only. But they have the option, right? Like a car starting at say 18 lakhs, but
Right,
you can have the same car at 25 lakhs also with all the features.
right, right.
So yeah, so they have something called as removable bomb later on. Like it's too complex actually. Automobile example is too complex.
Yeah, so different more companies use different, sometimes we'll have a variant configuration where, you know
Yeah, variant configuration is also there. Oh my god.
so yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
depends on the model. We can, business model, we can configure the system. So coming to the MDG. So if there is no MDG team, you need to upload it.
yeah.
Okay. So
LSMWs.
to upload, you have LSMW, you have BDC, you have a latest theory app. Okay.
Hmm. Mass load.
Yeah, earlier it is LTMC, that is absolute now, and you have a theory app called migrate your data. Yeah, so you can use any of the tool to upload in mass. Okay, so you cannot create, you don't sit and create one by one. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
so you use multiple tools, transactions to upload the data. So for that, you need the data. You need a data which is easy for you to upload, because business will fill the data.
So templates. Okay,
Right.
okay.
You need to give a template. You need to explain them. Okay, this is what the template. This is what the data you need to fill in this column. This is the data you need
Hmm.
to fill in this column. So that will make our life easy to get the template from them and upload it. Okay, there might be challenges
Okay.
even at the time of upload, but fine. We need to explain the business. We will have a discussion on the uploading templates. They will first upload sample one or two. We will verify and we'll thoroughly verify, keeping in mind all the scenarios. And once we're okay with the sample data they have given, we will request them to create the full template. So
I
they will.
have one doubt. Like,
Yes.
suppose there is a pre-production system, production environment, and production environment. Okay. So
Mhm.
at the time of cutover activity, we'll be putting the data into pre-production or production, like
Okay.
production only, no?
Okay. So this is go live. Okay.
Huh. Mm.
So again, it's a business decision that
Mhm.
when they will enable this,
Oh, okay, okay.
they'll say that, okay, so development client, they don't care about development client because they will not have access to this development. They'll only have access
Mm.
to quality. So they'll
Mm.
say, okay, quality system implementing partner can use as well as business can use. But
Yeah,
pre-production is similar to production. You don't do anything. Okay.
correct.
As a consultant, you don't do anything. We will not give you access to create any transaction. We'll only give access to create a master data. So you create a master data here. You use the same templates, upload here. They'll verify everything. They'll take the template. They can also upload. They'll not
Correct.
even let you look into this, right? Or there might be situations where they'll request, okay, please go ahead and upload same template.
Firefighter IDs are there for that.
Right. So yeah.
Mm.
So it depends on the business that if they don't want you to enter into the production system, they'll say, okay, treat this as your production system, do whatever in the sequence, let us know, we will follow the same in the production system. We
Okay.
upload ourselves. You let me know how to upload the template, give me the transaction code, where to put the template, so that it will update the data. We will do on our own. Okay. So
Mhm.
it depends. If they request, you need to upload in both the systems. If they say you do only one place, you do only one place. Or
Okay.
someone will say, okay, development quality production is activated, pre-production is not yet activated. After 1 or 2 months, they will copy the existing data here and they will remove everything, every access of the implementation partner here, and they will say, okay, this is the
Okay.
production copy. If you want to test something, you go ahead and do here.
Yeah.
Will remove
Understood.
your access from here. So it depends. The baseline is these three systems. Okay, what
Correct.
we need to do, what
Mhm.
we should not do. We need to know that. And for any other system, they will instruct you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is final preparation, and go live is nothing but the day they start
They
business
start using.
using it. And
Mm.
then hypercare is nothing but it's just a baby. You're giving a care. Okay. So once that is done, then your support. Okay. AMS or support. AMS is nothing but a contract. Okay.
Application.
Okay. So
Application and what is that? M is for? Sure. AMS projects. Application M.
yeah,
I forgot.
so it's management services.
Management. Okay. Okay.
So it is nothing but contracts. They'll say SOW is signed. Okay. So
Mm.
so SO will have SOW contract, which is nothing but they will have a statement of work, which is nothing but it will be defined everything like what support we will.
Oh, SLOs and SLA, that part.
No. Right. It will be defined in the SOW, right? So how
So,
many, okay, let's say we have 10 plans or 10 different systems. Okay, we will only support 3 systems. We will
mm.
take priority one ticket and solve it within 4 hours.
How
Whereas
many
to,
hours?
yeah, 8 hours. I'll give
God.
you one
Yeah.
full-time PP consultant and point 0.5 QM consultant. So all the data related to project will be
SOW.
SOW. They'll get it signed. So we will be not involved as a consultant. So that's a
Mhm.
project management, level discussions. Yeah. So that is the phase in ECC,
Yeah.
in SAP methodology. And we have activate methodology for S4HANA. Maybe we will discuss that in tomorrow's
Later.
session. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's it from my side. Do you have any questions?
I'm I'm happy actually. I wanted such a kind of training to be done long back. I should have done this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a
And
great day.
have a
Bye.
great day. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.